Yeah, be worried, right? If I hear he, I, yeah. There's so many albums though. I might have to finish the book like that though. You know, like it's alright, it's good. Yeah, you know.
I mean, you have out of this Renaissance, do you have any like your favorites?
Um,
Yeah, I don't know if that's putting you on the spot there, huh?
nah, I get put on the spot for that all the time. I'll name some people that I think are like the best MCs I've heard this year because I always like a little MC candidate of the year thing in the book, right? So I'm opening it now. Where is it?
And do you like include is it just now about the bars, or do you like kind of look at like the
No, I look at the music too. You know,
like the producers?
I definitely look to the music too, and like there's a separate category in the book, like the producers and all that. So everything had, you know, that always counts. You know what I'm saying? Most of the book, you know, this music is sold by MCs. You know, they're the artists that sell stuff. You know, so we don't get to see we don't always know who the great producers are, like a Future Wave and things like that. Like great producers that are doing stuff. You know, or new ones that are kind of like Chuck Chan and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's a lot. Spanish Ran is amazing to me. My man Toast 187, that's with on the leftovers with me. He's great. There's a lot of guys. Let me see who are producers. Buddha Monk. I like Buddha Monk a lot too. Very, very, very next level. You know, like you hear the next shit. Camouflage for Monk is good. You know. V Don is good because the albums make, you know, then...
Yeah, V Don, I hear a lot of V Don.
Yeah. Foreign Beats is dope. He makes a lot of great records. He made the first great Rome Streets album. You know, Street Pharmacy. That was a Farmer Beats album, you know. Sadu Gold, I said, Stu Bangers, he gives you the ideal boom bap.
Stu Bangers, yeah.
Giallo Point is a great one. Italian producer, a lot of crates, you know. Nicholas Craven, right? Perfect sample loops.
He's making his round.
Right? Sample loops, right? And you know what? We talk about next level. I keep saying this to gods. It's to leave out incorrectly, a progressive sound can't be said without Raz Fresco. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Raz Fresco, especially his beat making, it's so off kilter. He makes beats that are so off beat, on beat, that honestly only he could really probably use them. You know what I mean? But he has a lot of great albums too this year. You know, he has at least 3 or 4 albums that are worthwhile.
Now, do you think that the music is getting oversaturated? I mean, because Cash used to make one.
It is though. I would people like Raz Fresco. They would have been at the top of the list for me if they just released one of those albums they had. But they don't because they have so much and they're doing so much and they have like a target audience and they feel free, so they just do it. I would love records to be like Ty Farris has a great record this year. He's one of my favorites out in Detroit. You know, if he came out with nothing else, he'd have one of the best albums of the year. You know what I mean? Even Ka, he came out with 2 albums and it was overloading me because I think Ka's incredible. And
Ka's dope.
The Language Arts album and I forgot the name of the other one. They were great. Napoleon the Legend, I think, is probably the most prolific at making qualitative albums, and a lot of them. So he has 5 albums, though. I think if for this year, if you were collecting, you got to get the 2-piece album. That's the one to start with, the 2-piece. I think it's incredible. But all his albums are worthwhile. So I can't complain. Estinak, Raz Fresco, Napoleon, Ka, they released multiple albums, but they were great. You know what I mean? Right?
What did you think about the Elephant Bones album with Rock?
I liked it. Musically, I don't think that Alchemist came with anything he wasn't coming with. Like, I wasn't surprised at the music, but the music was very good, you know?
Right, I mean,
and this Rock Marciano album, lyrically, is not as innovative as the one that he did before. It's the album he did, the album Merci Beaucoup, that was more experimental, that could show he could do some more things in the next decade. You know what I'm saying? Whereas this one is kind of like, let's just do the things that we know how to do on this record. So it's you need it. It's a great record. You know what I mean? but it's not as innovative as the one he did before, because and I say that because Rock Marciano is one of the most. He's a leader, so he's one of the most copied. So being the most copied, his work will be more derivative himself. If he does his best version of himself, it'll still be derivative, you know, right? Like RZA gave a beat. RZA gave a track to Griselda.
Yeah, I heard about
West Side Guns album,
right.
And it's just a soul loop, and I was like, I'm thinking kids will hear it and be like, oh, he just did what blank does, and it's like RZA's the one that came with that,
He was the one who originated
right?
it, right?
Yeah, you know. So it's kind of funny with that kind of shit, you know what I mean? But I had the Umbrella Collective. I know the God Allah Preem is not in the Umbrella Collective anymore, and that's a whole other issue. That's off camera. We'll build on that.
Right,
but I love the God, and I love the brothers in Umbrella. You know what I'm saying? The God Substance 810. That's my brother. So you know, I'm still cool with a lot of brothers out there. You know.
Well, I have to say, Preem has really stepped up in the last year.
Nah, he's made great records. And he's
talking about his art. His art has really.
Yeah.
You know, really. Like,
he feels comfortable. He feels comfortable
he's
on so many different styles of records. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and I don't like Preem flooding like that. I want people to really enjoy a record, but I also can't. It's hard to complain when every record I like. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to complain. You know. So what do?
We're in an atmosphere where
there's people that have flooded, and then they get forgotten, and they shouldn't be like people forget how great a 2019 that Ito had, you know, and he had one of the great 2019s, but people forget because he's not overloading every year, you know. But that whole Umbrella Collective, Substance 810, Josiah, The Gift, who else? Pro Dillinger, they all made great albums this year.
Like Pro Dillinger.
Right? They all made great albums, you know. So, you know, so.
If Mecca did this.